And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the McCoy Tennis Complex on the campus of Brevard College. USA South Conference first round matchup as the fourth-seeded Tornadoes host the Pfeiffer University Falcons. And a lot at stake here. One team will survive and advance in the USA South Conference tournament. The other season will be over, so these two teams will get started in about 15 minutes. The two teams played earlier in the season, and that matchup went in favor of Brevard 5-4. So two evenly matched teams, as that first meeting indicates. That first meeting was at Pfeiffer, and today the Tornadoes will have the benefit of their home courts here at the McCoy Tennis Complex. Just to get you set on the matchups in doubles, Hannah Hirsch and Ali Kogoy will be the number one team for the Tornadoes. We'll take on Megan Rakita along with Allison Sloop, number one doubles team for Pfeiffer. Brooke Garland and Sophie Trantham, that's the number two doubles for the Nados. Aleith Hudson and Riley Isley will take on Garland and Trantham. And then number three doubles, Hamrick Perry, Savannah Anderson will face off against Emily Moore and Delaney Gagan. Singles 1 through 6 for the Tornadoes, Hannah Hirsch, Ali Kogoy, Garland, Trantham, Perry, and Savannah Anderson. Rakita, Hudson, Isley, Sloop, Moore, and Gagan, the 1 through 6 singles matchup. There's also a number 7 singles scheduled. That's Melanie Ferguson versus Ruth Hill. A doubles action will come first. And the way this format works is the first team to get the 5 wins that'll clinch a team victory will earn the win, and that'll be it for play here as well. So it's a race to that 5th win, and upon that we'll have a clinch scenario, and the winner will move on to the semifinals of the USA South Conference. Glad you're able to join us. Stick with us. We'll be bringing you action throughout the day. Pfeiffer and Brevard coming up shortly.
Sophie Trantham, Charlotte, North Carolina, go Nados.
Kogoy, Boone, North Carolina.
Savannah Anderson, Jackson, Michigan.
Hamrick Perry, Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Brooke Garland, Canton, North Carolina. Marina Thompson, Augusta, Georgia.
Melanie Ferguson, Gloucester, Virginia.
Hannah Hirsch, Estero, Florida, go Nados!
Brevard College Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is the most distinctive in the nation. I think one of the reasons why is because it is so focused on experiential education in addition to the outdoor education component. They are developing their leadership skills out in the field with each other.
My internship was on Schooner Lynx. She's a 122-foot topsail schooner. She's a replica of an 1812 privateer. My job on Lynx this summer was a deckhand, and because of the skills that I've learned at Brevard College, such as program planning and lesson planning and different techniques to teaching to different ages and different types of people, I was promoted to the job of educator. This summer, my professor, John Buford, knew that I'd be at sea quite a bit, and he really worked with me. And when I would come into port, I would call him. He would always answer. He was really quick to respond with my emails, and not just to say, I got your email, but he would talk about what was going on and ask me questions. And it was really cool to have somebody like that to support me for the summer and really help me succeed.
You should come to Brevard College in the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career. And it'll be a whole lot of fun as you learn those skills.
Anybody who is interested in leadership skills and outdoor skills should definitely think about Brevard. It's an incredible place and a great place to be a part of.
One of the hardest things that every college student experiences when they first come to college is, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to study? What am I going to be good at? And here at Brevard, you can take a music class, a wilderness education class, environmental science, English, anything. Unique experiential education. You meet with your professors, you meet with students that you actually see every day. You get to excel in the subject that you chose.
Finding a way to mix my passion for mountain biking, art, and career together really happened during my internship.
You should come to Brevard College because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career.
Here's a recipe for success here. It's great.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Go Natos.
Ali Kogoy, Boone, North Carolina.
Savannah Anderson, Jackson, Michigan.
Cameron Perry, Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Brooke Garland, Canton, North Carolina. Marina Thompson, Augusta, Georgia.
Melanie Ferguson, Gloucester, Virginia.
Hannah Hirsch, Estero, Florida. Go Natos!
So just underway here at the McCoy Tennis Complex. On the near court here, number 1 doubles, Hannah Hirsch and Ali Kogoy for the Tornadoes. Kogoy with the service. And the court just beyond is the number 2 doubles team of Brooke Garland and Sophie Trantham for the Tornadoes. They're still completing their warm-ups over there. Meanwhile, underway here in number 1 doubles. Opportunity at the net there, and full volley finish by Hannah Hirsch. Megan Rakita and Allison Sloop, the Falcons, here in this number 1 doubles matchup. It's a 40-love advantage early on here. The Falcons able to get the point there at the net. 40-15. So Kogoy serving 40-15. Game 1, set 1 here in this doubles matchup. Two teams' longest rally so far in this early part of this doubles match, and that will go to the Falcons as well, 40-30. Meanwhile, number 2 doubles is underway. Brooke Garland and Sophie Trantham taking on Aleth Hudson and Riley Isley. In number 3 doubles, we'll give you a look at that in a moment. Hamrick Perry and Savannah Anderson for the Tornadoes against Emily Moore and Delaney Gagan. So the Falcons have worked their way back to deuce here after being down 40-0. So from 40-love to deuce, and action will continue here with the Kogoy service. A lot at stake here in the USA South Conference first round. And Tornadoes able to win that first game. Nicely done there. Meanwhile, Pfeiffer won the first game over in number 2 doubles. So Hudson and Isley with a 1-0 lead. Giving you a look now also to the number 3 doubles matchup. Hamrick Perry and Savannah Anderson take on Emily Moore and Delaney Gagan. Hamrick Perry, senior from Hendersonville, North Carolina. She's paired with the freshman Savannah Anderson out of Jackson, Michigan. So first service opportunity here for the number 1 doubles teams of Pfeiffer. So doubles play underway, USA South Conference Tournament first round. Glad you're able to join us We'll be bringing you updates in the action throughout the afternoon. Score update from number 3 doubles as well. Hamrick Perry and Savannah Anderson with a 1-0 lead. Meanwhile, Pfeiffer trying to win their first service opportunity here in number 1 doubles with Megan Rakita serving for the Falcons. Rakita, the sophomore out of Lubbock, Texas. Home of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Some good ground strokes being traded there between Kogoy and Rakita, but ultimately the point goes to the NATOs. So another score update, 3-0 now for Perry and Anderson over in number 3 doubles. Great job there. Early on, an early statement from Perry and Anderson. And again, do want to remind you, as soon as a team reaches those 5 wins, it's clinched. And very likely will play through with the other matches for the student-athlete experience, but will not count statistically after that point. Number 2 doubles, a 3-0 lead for Pfeiffer meanwhile. Leith Hudson and Riley Isley with the advantage over Brooke Garland and Sophie Trantum. So Garland and Trantum are going to have to come from behind here, having some words now with some counsel from head coach Brad Jones. Certainly, whatever team comes out ahead after these 3 doubles matches are concluded will, in so many ways, be in the driver's seat heading into singles play. Service here from Hannah Hirsch of the NATOs. Rakita returning, and a double fault there. Meanwhile, Trantum serving for the Tornadoes in number 2 doubles at the moment. Sophie Trantum, the sophomore out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Sun Valley High School, paired with Brooke Garland. Garland, the senior out of Canton, North Carolina, won a major award at the recent BESPY's Athletic Excellent Awards ceremony. Wind starting to pick up a bit here at the McCoy Tennis Complex, and compelling rally here in number 1 doubles. And That's going to be finished off by Rakita, who slammed the door there. But wind's starting to pick up. We do get windy conditions at times here at the McCoy Tennis Complex, and we've talked to some of the Tornado student athletes how it can actually be a home field advantage of sorts, home court advantage, that is. Knowing how to handle these varying winds and wind gusts certainly can wreak havoc on a collegiate tennis player's game. As Trantham continuing her service over at number 2 doubles. Congratulations to the men's team, qualified for the USA South Conference men's tennis tournament. They headed out yesterday to Methodist University. Methodist was able to take that first round win and move on. But high expectations here for this women's team. What a season they've had. And looking to make things happen here versus Pfeiffer in the first round. Brevard 2, Pfeiffer 1 here in the number 1 doubles matchup that you're watching on the near court. As we're seeing the service of Allison Sloop of the Falcons, sophomore out of Rockwell, North Carolina, Carson High School. Pfeiffer, a young team, 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores, to go along with a junior, Aleth Hudson, and the lone senior, Delaney Gagan. Tornadoes had senior day ceremony not too long ago. Hamrick Perry and Brooke Garland from the women's tennis team celebrated. Melody Ferguson, the lone junior on the squad. Hannah Hirsch, Sophie Trantham, each sophomores, and freshmen Marina Thompson and Savannah Anderson. So latest update from number 3 doubles, 5-0 now the lead. So Perry and Anderson certainly getting it done. As the Sloop service continues here for Pfeiffer. That return from Kogoy wide, so point will go to the Falcons. We mentioned the wind. It's picked up at times. Nothing like what the Tornadoes have dealt with at certain junctures of this season. Temperature currently 61 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. But overall, fairly mild conditions here at the McCoy Tennis Complex. So now Kogoy with the service for the Tornadoes. Part of that senior class, along with Hamrick Perry and Brooke Garland. Senior out of Boone, North Carolina. (15-15) your score here as Kogoy misfires that first serve. Brooke Garland currently handling the service in number 2 doubles. Able to get the point there on the second service. Now a 30-15 advantage. For the team of Kogoy and Hirsch. Big finish there from Rakita on that overhead. Made it all the way to the newly redesigned clubhouse of the McCoy Tennis Complex. As Pfeiffer with another point there, trying to break the serve of the Tornadoes. So back-to-back games won by the Falcons, who take a 3-2 lead now in number 1 doubles. Currently leading in number 2 doubles as well, the Falcons. Tornadoes with a sizable lead in number 3 doubles. So as expected so far across the board, pretty even, these two teams. As Coach Brad Jones once again talks to his number 1 doubles team of Allie Kogoy and Hannah Hirsch. After Pfeiffer was able to break the serve of the Tornadoes. Stick with us. We'll bring you more updates and commentary from the McCoy Tennis Complex USA South Conference first round action. A couple of score updates for you. Pfeiffer with a 6-2 advantage in number 2 doubles. It's the team of Aleth Hudson and Riley Isley ahead of Brooke Garland and Sophie Trantham. And also Pfeiffer currently with a close lead over Hannah Hirsch and Ali Kogoy here in number 1 doubles, Megan Rakita and Allison Sloop. Tornadoes had a big lead over in number 3 doubles, looking to close that out, and they may have just done so. Looks like perhaps a victory there for number 3 doubles. So first winning score in the books. So congratulations, Hamrick Perry and Savannah Anderson with the win over Emily Moore. Tornadoes take a 1-0 lead. Although maybe still going there, so we'll keep you posted. Big high five there between Hirsch and Kogoy. They continue to battle in number 1 doubles. Hirsch and Sloop trading forehands here. And Kogoy up at the net with a winning volley. Nicely done. So stand corrected. Looks like Tornadoes 1 game away from a victory in number 3 doubles. They earned that 7th game win, so we'll keep you posted on that. But looks like a sizable lead for Perry and Anderson. And another winning point there for the Tornadoes, number 1 doubles. Service here from Kogoy. And that point will go to the NATOs. Tornadoes and Falcons, USA South Conference first round action. Tornadoes women's team hosting a USA South Conference tournament matchup for the second straight season. And Tornadoes went on an absolute tear this season, winning 5 straight to open the month of March. And at one point, 10 of 11 matches were W's. And earning the 4th seed in the USA South Conference tournament. These two teams met earlier this season at Pfeiffer. These same two doubles teams met in that number 1 doubles, Hannah Hirsch and Allie Kogo and Rakita and Sloop for Pfeiffer. That was an 8-4 win for Pfeiffer. Number 2 doubles, back in that first meeting, Trantham and Garland defeated Isley and Hudson. That's a identical matchup than what we're watching today. And in that one, Trantham and Garland won 8-4, but today, Isley and Hudson with the upper hand. And same matchup in number 3 doubles as well. Hamrick Perry and Savannah Anderson, they won 8-4 in the regular season matchup between these two teams. That was back on April 4th, a Tuesday afternoon at the Knapp Tennis Center. As action continues here at the McCoy Tennis Complex. 5-4 lead in number 1 doubles for the Tornadoes, who've battled their way back. And now a 7-4 advantage in number 2 doubles for Pfeiffer. So tight action here in doubles play. Tornadoes still trying to get that final game to win number 3 doubles. And indeed, the Tornadoes have won number 3 doubles, able to take the victory there. So Tornadoes able to get that first win. Pfeiffer a game away from potential win in number 2 doubles that would tie this match up. Action continuing here in number 1 doubles. Up the Tornadoes able to take a 1-0 lead with that win in number 3 doubles. Final score, Tornadoes 8, Falcons 4 in number 3 doubles, as Hamrick Perry and Savannah Anderson able to get the win over Emily Moore and Delaney Gagan. Trantham serving for the Tornadoes in number 2 doubles. Very little room for error now as Pfeiffer's reached that 7-game mark. Meanwhile, Hirsch, sophomore from Estero, Florida, serving for the Tornadoes. Nice finish there at the net by Sloop of Pfeiffer. And it looks like the Tornadoes able to get a game back there in number 2 doubles, trying to stay alive. Fend off the Falcons' bid to win their first doubles match of this afternoon. Nicely done there, Brooke Garland. Tornadoes and number 2 doubles have to break the serve of the Falcons to stay alive in that match. Compelling rally in number 1 doubles, and overhead opportunity misplayed by Rakita, so the Tornadoes will win that point. Nice work of the net there by Sloop. And Pfeiffer's able to break the Tornado serve. 6-5 the Nados now with the advantage in number 1 doubles. Pfeiffer potentially serving for the win in number 2 doubles. And in fact, that's going to be match point there in number 2 doubles as Pfeiffer is able to earn the win. So all tied up. Each team winning a doubles match, with one doubles match still to be determined. The one you're watching here on this near court. Hannah Hirsch and Allie Kogoy against Megan Rakita and Allison Sloop. So the magnitude of the result of this match just got that much bigger after Pfeiffer wins that number 2 double. So all tied up. The winner of this will have a 2-1 lead heading into singles play. As Rakita smashes that volley for a point for the Falcons. And the service here from Sloop of Pfeiffer. Hirsch with the return for the NATOs. And Rakita able to make the Tornadoes pay again there. Another strong volley. So 6-5 Tornadoes on top. As Kogoy ripping off some ground strokes there, showing some of that power with topspin. As certainly the spectators' attention all here on this number 1 doubles match now. And Pfeiffer's going to hold serve there. So it looks like a 6-6 score. Tight one here in number 1 doubles. With a lot on the line. USA South Conference first round action. As Kogoy now taking over the service duties. What a return by Rakita. Just blasting that down the alley. So, love 15. Kogoy will go back to work. Now serving to Sloop. And early advantage here for Pfeiffer. Ahead, love 30. Trying to break the serve and taking advantage here in number 1 doubles. Kogoy able to win that point with her service. 15-30. Sloop and Kogoy trading ground strokes from the baseline, and Sloop able to win that battle. It's a 15-40 game point here for Pfeiffer. And Pfeiffer's going to break the Tornadoes' serve, and just like that, Pfeiffer's suddenly in the driver's seat here in this number one doubles matchup. Now with a 7-6 lead. So stick with us. We'll bring you the conclusion of this one. Number one doubles action from the USA South Conference Tournament first round. Back here at the McCoy Tennis Complex, as Pfeiffer, they're able to win this service game, come away with a win in number one doubles. Tornadoes back against the wall suddenly, have to break serve. Kogoy with the winner there at the net. Big time volley there. Ali Kogoy, the senior from Boone. Getting a little bit chillier in terms of wind chill as the wind continues to blow through. 61 degrees. Feels a little colder than that at the moment. It's now second service for Rakita. Megan Rakita, sophomore from Lubbock, Texas. Able to win that point. .40-30 match point situation here for Pfeiffer. Second service. Rakita serving to Kogoy. Hirsch at the net, puts it away. Big time finish there. Hannah Hirsch, the sophomore. We're at deuce now between these two teams in a critical game. And Pfeiffer's going to have another match point here. And in fact, they are able to take the win with that final point. So 8-6. So after doubles play, Pfeiffer with the early advantage, up 2-1. Two teams will get organized and we'll have singles play in just a few minutes. Hannah Hirsch and Rakita, who just battled in that #1 doubles match, will be the #1 singles matchup. Kogoy versus Hudson in #2 singles. Garland versus Isley in #3. Trantham Sloop, the #4 singles pairing. Perry and Moore, #5. And then #6 singles, Anderson and Gagan. So stick with us. We'll bring in more action as we head to singles play. Pfeiffer with a 2-1 advantage at the end of doubles.
The Brevard College Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is the most distinctive in the nation. I think one of the reasons why is because it is so focused on experiential education in addition to the outdoor education component. They are developing their leadership skills out in the field with each other.
My internship was on Schooner Lynx. She's a 122-foot topsail schooner. She's a replica of an 1812 privateer. My job on Lynx this summer was a deckhand, and because of the skills that I've learned at Brevard College, such as program planning and lesson planning and different techniques to teaching to different ages and different types of people, I was promoted to the job of educator. This summer, my professor, John Buford, knew that I'd be at sea quite a bit, and he really worked with me. And when I would come into port, I would call him, he would always answer. He was really quick to respond with my emails, and not just to say I got your email, but he would talk about what was going on and ask me questions. And it was really cool to have somebody like that to support me for the summer and really help me succeed.
You should come to Brevard College in the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career. And it'll be a whole lot of fun as you learn those skills.
Anybody who is interested in leadership skills and outdoor skills should definitely think about Brevard. It's an incredible place and a great place to be a part of.
One of the hardest things that every college student experiences when they first come to college is, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to study? What am I going to be good at? And here at Brevard, you can take a music class, a wilderness education class, environmental science, English, anything. Unique experiential education. You meet with your professors, you meet with students that you actually see every day. You get to excel in the subject that you chose.
Finding a way to mix my passion for mountain biking, art, and career together really happened during my internship.
You should come to Brevard College because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career.
Here's a recipe for success here. It's great.
So singles play getting started here throughout the courts at McCoy Tennis Complex. Hannah Hirsch versus Megan Rakita in number 1 singles. Just beyond that court, Ali Kogoy versus Alith Hudson in number 2 singles. In the case of Rakita and Hirsch, able to see each other in that doubles matchup that Pfeiffer was able to take from the Tornadoes. Welcome back here to the McCoy Tennis Complex. Singles play underway between Brevard and Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with a 2-1 lead after doubles play. And singles play just getting started throughout the McCoy Tennis Complex. First team to 5 clinches a chance to move on here in the USA South Conference tournament. Joined now by a couple of student athletes from the men's tennis side who traveled to Methodist yesterday for first round action. They're back here at Brevard and helping us today bring you some of the commentary of what we're seeing here at the McCoy Tennis Complex. Jamarcus Walker, welcome to the show, Jamarcus.
Glad to be here, Phil.
And also James Sertich. James, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's exciting to have you guys here. Well, what's sort of the vibe you're getting, from the women's team? They're down 2-1 after the end of doubles play, now heading into singles competition. Still anyone's match, of course, but, that early advantage for Pfeiffer, means something at the same time. Jamarcus, what's the sense you're getting from this match here, first round action?
I know they're down, but I know the girls have their confidence is still up the same way it was when they first started. Like they believe they can win. That's their biggest strength as a team. Everyone from 1 to 6 believes they can win every match they play. So right now they're just keeping that good mindset up and just trying to stay positive and win it out. Like last time against Pfeiffer, they were down as well, and they climbed back, and they think they can do it again, and they believe they can do it again. So it's really nice for them to have that confidence.
Yeah, you mentioned the last matchup against Pfeiffer. That was a 5-4 win for the Tornadoes. James, how much does that matter when you have some familiarity with these opponents? You saw them, during the regular season. Now, some of the same faces. In fact, all 3 of the doubles matchups were the same pairings as when these teams faced off in the regular season. Does that help, as far as having that familiarity?
I think it definitely does. I know it helped me yesterday against Methodist. I played one of the guys. His name's Cam. He loved to serve out wide on the deuce side, and if I didn't play him before, I would have got cooked every time on the outside. But in this doubles match yesterday, I was playing the alley, and I was able to attack it every time. So it's big things when you can notice tendencies that your opponents have, and obviously playing them first will help you pick up on those tendencies.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Well, you guys spend a lot of time together, the men's and the women's teams, and you've seen these student athletes perform, and you know their games too. So would love to get started with what we're watching right now. First, the number 1 singles matchup, Hannah Hirsch versus Megan Rakita of Pfeiffer. And Hannah Hirsch, a sophomore out of Estero, Florida, the number 1 singles player here in this USA South Conference tournament matchup, was part of that number 1 doubles team with Ali Kogoy. But Jamarcus, we'll start with you. Tell us, the things you've noticed about Hannah's game and what she brings to the equation.
Hannah's a really huge piece for the girls team. Like when she came in last year as a freshman, she came already playing like she knew she belonged here. Now she's playing that number 1 spot for a second year, and she's been rolling and has all the confidence, and she's a really powerful player, hits a lot of smart shots, stays in every point, battles with every opponent that she has. Even if she loses really bad, she loses in a battle. So that's one of her biggest strengths, is she just stays in it and knows how to battle, and that gives her the best chance of winning.
Yeah, and James, what are the things you've noticed over your time seeing Hannah Hirsch up close?
Yeah, I mean, the development she's had is crazy. Taking the 1 spot as a freshman is a huge accomplishment, and not only holding it with extreme confidence. She has great body language. You can never tell if she's losing, and she's a grinder. I hate playing her in practice because she drags out the point as long as she can until she wins it. So, I mean, phenomenal player. There's not enough things I could say about her game.
Well, having watched the doubles match that both these players, Rakita and Hirsch, were involved in, I think we're due for a sensational singles match as well. In fact, the first time out, these 2 went to 3 sets, Hirsch winning 6-4, 3-6, 6-3. So These are 2 evenly matched number 1 singles players. Meanwhile, the court just beyond us, you can see on your camera location there, the number 2 singles matchup. That's Ali Kogoy and Alith Hudson. And Ali Kogoy part of that senior class that was honored with you, Jamarcus, not too long ago. A lot of emotions here that day here at the McCoy Tennis Complex. And Allie out of Boone, North Carolina. Jamarcus, we'll let you get started as far as your thoughts on Allie Kogoy, your fellow senior.
Allie has been really good since she first got here. Like, I've been happy seeing Allie win constantly her 4 years here. She's really making the best out of her opportunities that she's been given. Like, she's a really consistent player. Like, she will make you run around the court. She'll yell and get in your head. And Allie just has a complete game that is really good for her at that number 2 spot.
It looks like an early lead here for Hannah Hirsch. Are you guys able to see the exact score there?
Hirsch is up 3-0, and
3-0.
Allie is up 2-1 on changeover.
So nice starts here for both Kogoy and Hirsch, number 1 and number 2 singles. How about some additional thoughts, James, on Allie Kogoy from you?
I think Jamarcus nailed it. A phenomenal player, hits the ball really well, knows how to get in her opponent's head for sure. It's gonna be sad next year without her on the team.
Yeah, what I've noticed, she really brings a lot of kind of the emotion to the team, and the spirit. I'm sure that carries over to you guys on the men's side too.
It definitely does. She likes to bring the claws out, as
she likes to say.
The claws.
Would say,
yeah.
Little alley cat there. She brings the claws out during every match, and it really supports the team. Like, I'll be on a far court, I hear Allie. I know it's Allie, and that just gives you that extra confidence.
It'll fire you up a little.
Just
Very
know,
cool.
hey, at least you have someone cheering you up and everything.
Yeah, that can go a long way in this collegiate tennis environment. Well, number 3 singles is a matchup between senior Brooke Garland and Riley Isley, a freshman for Pfeiffer. So senior versus freshman over in number 3 singles. Another one of those seniors who was honored just a couple weeks ago, Brooke Garland out of Canton, North Carolina, Pisgah High School, not too far from us here. Jamarcus, tell us even more about Brooke.
Brooke's an amazing person. I've been really good friends with Brooke. We both came in together, and she's helped me a lot, and I've helped her a lot. And she's just a really nice person, really humble person. You can tell she was brought up by good parents. I've met her parents, and they're really nice. And it's just, Brooke's really a nice person, and she's going to do really great things when she leaves Brevard. Whenever she leaves, I don't know when she's going to leave. I think she's staying one more year, but whenever she leaves, I know she'll do great things in the future.
Yeah, she's heading to the graduate program here at Brevard College, and won a major award at the recent BESPYs. Also, we've got the president here, president of Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and she's your vice president, an important role there for that important group that is the voice of student athletes. Tell us a little, Jamarcus, about what she brings to the table here, and the kind of things that she'll make difficult on her opponent Isley here in number 3 singles.
Well, I think she definitely will give that veteran presence. Like, she's the girls' team leader. She knows how to keep herself up, and she knows how to hit her shots and knows how to get to the ball. And I think her experience is what will carry her to a win this match.
Yeah, would love to hear your thoughts also. Obviously the leadership qualities and so forth are very apparent when it comes to Brooke Garland. But tell us even more, James, not just Brooke off the court, but also her prowess on the court.
I think she definitely knows how to draw out a match and even a point. I've seen points where she'll have like a 5-minute point, and she just lobs the ball back over until the opponent makes a mistake. And when you're a freshman coming in, you expect to just blast the ball, but that's not how college tennis is. I know my freshman year, I was just trying to hit the ball as hard as I could, and then I quickly realized that's not how you play tennis. And I don't know if you can see it now, but she's playing a high loopy ball. And I mean, that's just how she plays. She makes you grind for the point. She makes you earn that point. And it takes a lot of years of college tennis in order to earn those points.
it's a completely different approach and style to things. It's almost like I'm thinking of the equivalent in sports, and I think of like a knuckleball pitcher or something where it's just a completely different dynamic. James, tell us more. Like how does the opponent deal with this?
I mean, you could take it two ways. You can either take it on the rise and just try to, take time away from your opponent, or you can just sit back at the fence and continue that high ball until the other one makes the mistake. I guess there's a third way. You can just take an overhead at the baseline, but no one really makes those shots, at least at this level. It's a tough way to win when you get balls like that.
Yeah, interesting dynamic for sure over there in number 3 singles. Number 4 singles, Sophie Trantham, who is Garland's doubles partner today as well, and the sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina for the Tornadoes, Sun Valley High School, taking on Sloop, who was part of that number 1 doubles team for Pfeiffer that was able to get that critical win. Sloop versus Trantham at number 4 singles. Jamarcus, we'll let you get us started with your thoughts on the game of Sophie Trantham.
Sophie's game is really consistent. Like she's really a really huge piece for this team because she plays that number 4 spot, and like you can kind of always count on a win from Sophie. Like even when she's down, it looks like she's up, and I remember more of her matches that she's won instead of lost. Like it seems like every match she wins and knows how to get it done. Like she plays a really relaxed game. Like you won't see her rush to the net a lot, but you'll see her hitting her strokes and hitting the balls that she wants and moving her opponent around. I think that's her biggest strength.
James?
I think the way that she hits the ball is so unique. It just has so much power, and it's so flat that the opponents that she plays at 4 just can't handle it. And I think, going off what Jamarcus says, I think she's just the anchor of the team. You can expect her to win at whatever line she's playing at because her game is so unique and so powerful. As Allie just hit a huge passing shot on her opponent.
Outstanding. Great stuff there. Number 2 singles, Allie Kogoy with a big point there. Well, appreciate that insight on number 4 singles, Sophie Trantham versus Sloop. By the way, Sloop won the first matchup between these two.
Interesting.
6-2, 6-2. So it's almost as if, when I see a number 1, I know it's not, exactly apples to apples every time, but Sloop was part of that number 1 doubles team, and they have her matched up against Trantham. I wonder if that's intentional by the Pfeiffer coach, to try to create that match. I'm not sure.
Well, it does look like both Brooke and Sophie are up 3-2, or maybe 2-1 on changeovers. As Hirsch goes up 4-1 on changeover. But I mean, Sophie always plays a tough match, so I'm sure she can pull it out this time. Going back to what we said earlier, the familiarity of playing your opponent, I think she's learned a lot, and in these last weeks she's improved a lot as well. So I'm looking forward to a W for her.
And the other factor, home court advantage. That first matchup was at Pfeiffer, playing here at Brevard College. We've seen the wind pick up at times. That's it's certainly an element that, both sides have to deal with, but the Tornadoes are used to it, and you guys know as members of that men's team, it is a factor. I would imagine, if you're coming from sea level, and you come on up here to the mountains and suddenly it's quite a bit chillier than what you probably left your campus with, and then this wind picks up at times, and meanwhile, Tornadoes, guys practice in this kind of conditions all the time.
Yeah.
It is an advantage, correct?
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead, Jamar.
I mean, I've never seen another place like the McCoy Tennis Complex, and first off, it's the courts in the building. I think we have one of the best facilities in the conference, especially now that it's renovated on the inside and things like that. But I do feel like the wind and the coldness really defines us, and we're used to it. We don't have a problem with it. These other teams that come in will have a problem with it though. So we don't really usually complain about the cold or the wind.
Yeah.
We just get used to it, and we've been used to it.
Yeah, right on cue as the wind starts to pick up a little bit here. And, yeah, I mean, James, your thoughts on that as far as, just that advantage in a lot of ways the Tornadoes have when they play here?
Oh yeah, I think it's huge. There's a lot of days of practice where it's so windy that we practice underhand serves. So when our serves aren't working, we can just underhand it in. And we're used to the cold. Especially me. Born in Maine, lived in New Hampshire for a little bit, so I love the cold. I think Brooke goes up 4-1. But I mean, yeah, I could play in the snow. Cold doesn't really bother me, but yeah, I mean, I think everyone on the team's used to it. We bundle up, and then by the end of practice, we're in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Brooke Garland ahead 4-1 over Isley over in number 3 singles, so encouraging news there from the Tornadoes standpoint. Number 5 singles, Hamrick Perry, the senior from Hendersonville, North Carolina. She's facing off against Emily Moore, another freshman out of Denton, North Carolina, so another senior freshman matchup there in number 5 singles. Tell us about Hamrick Perry, what the freshman Moore has in store over in number 5 singles.
The freshman should be kind of a little scared to play Hamrick. You never know what Hamrick can do or what Hamrick will pull out of her back pocket. But Hamrick's she's a very interesting player. Like I said, you never know what she's going to do, but she's thinking right, and she's thinking about making the right shots. And Hamrick's been playing tennis for a long time. Her sisters play tennis, and that brings that competitive spirit within Hamrick, and she really likes to compete and just likes to play tennis. Like, you never know what you're going to get out of Hamrick.
Before we discuss Hamrick a little further, James, what are you seeing here in number 1 singles?
I mean, Hirsch just had a huge point. Great defensive ball, forced her opponent to hit to the net. I'm not exactly sure if she's up 5-1 or 4-2, but I know she is serving. Looks like 15-love. Huge point by her. Yeah.
Yeah, and in capturing the first set, just critical in these singles matchups, no doubt about that. Well, Hamrick Perry and Emily Moore in number 5 singles, they matched up, the same 2 players in the earlier meeting, 6-1, 6-3. Perry won that one in straight sets. Tell us even more, James, about Hamrick Perry.
She's just a backboard. She gets everything back. True definition of a grinder. She just, like Brooke and Hannah, she just gets every ball back and makes you make the mistake, and definitely gets in her opponent's head. She knows when to cheer to get into her opponent's head. That's a big thing that she knows how to do. She's up 5-0 right now in the first set, which is huge. So I hope she can pull out this set, continue the momentum into the second.
Yeah, great start there for Hamrick Perry. And then also on the far courts here at the McCoy Tennis Complex, Savannah Anderson, the freshman for the Tornadoes, the freshman out of Jackson, Michigan, taking on Delaney Gagan. Are you able to catch a score there of number 6 singles? Either of you guys able to get the angle to perhaps get us an update on that match?
It's 4-1.
It's 4-1 right now.
They are changing over right now, so I can tell you the score in a second.
All right, stand by for
Looking
that.
like
It is set by Anderson.
Anderson wins the set.
Yeah.
Outstanding. So
And
great start there.
As well as
Also,
Hamrick.
yeah,
Hamrick is
Hamrick
up
Perry.
1-0 in the second set.
Very good. So a couple early one-set advantages there in number 5 and 6 singles. Well, Savannah Anderson, what an addition she's been this season, the freshman out of Jackson, Michigan, making an early impact as a frosh. Jamarcus, tell us about Savannah's game.
Savannah has a really scrappy game. Like she knows how to play. If I had to compare her to somebody, I would say she's for this team, she's like a Draymond Green or a Dylan Brooks for this team. Like, she really knows how to grind it out, or like a Patrick Beverly. She knows how to grind it out, gets the job done.
Some of those
doubles,
examples
singles.
are beyond just grinders.
Yeah, that's,
I mean,
that's
Well,
instigators. I wouldn't say that. I
Hey,
mean,
she's fiery. She's
she
fiery. If you ask Coach, he will say it. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes he has to tell her to back it down a little bit, but we love it. We love it when
so
she's
the fire.
fiery.
Wow.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely plays with a fire under her.
She's short, but she puts fear in her opponents.
Yeah. I mean, she came as a freshman and just absorbed everything that we were trying to teach her, and I think she's done an amazing job of retaining everything that we've tried teaching her. And I'm excited to see her grow next year, and especially how much work I know that she's going to put in the off season. I'm just very proud of the player that she's become. I'm excited to see what she can do next year.
Good stuff. Over a number 6 singles and with an early 1-set lead, Savannah Anderson, the freshman. There's also a number 7 singles match going down. Melody Ferguson taking on Ruth Hill. Speaking of Savannah Anderson, if you want to check out the archives of the YouTube channel, one of the most recent archives is a mic'd up experience with Savannah that was produced by Melody Ferguson. Melody's been doing some great work on the media side of things with these mic'd up projects. But tell us, what Melody's like as a teammate, and also, her on the tennis court, Jamarcus.
Melody's a really good teammate. Like, when she came in last year, I don't think she had ever picked up a racket, but her development from last year to this year has been really amazing. Now she knows, like it looks like she knows what she's doing now, and that's really good for her. And I hope she's going to keep grinding at it and keep working at her game. And this year she's been able to pick up a few wins at the 6th spot when she switches out with Savannah. But yeah, Melody's a really great teammate and a really big piece for this team. Even though she doesn't play every match, but she's still a really huge piece for this girls' team.
Any updates for us here, James?
Looks like Kogoi is down 2-3, still in the first set. They've been battling over here. Hirsch is up 5-2 on changeover. Sophie is up what looks to be 5-2 as well. While Brooke is still up 4-1. I'm not sure what the exact game scores are because they haven't changed over yet. I think we're just about to start the second set on court 6. Looking good for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, good start here in singles play. Tornadoes trailing in that number 1 doubles matchup, Hannah Hirsch and Ali Kogoi against Rakita and Sloop, but 8-6, the Falcons able to take that one in the 2-1 advantage. But it looks like the Tornadoes are storming back here in singles play. Well, guys, you guys just got back from Methodist. First round matchup, USA South Conference action. I know not the result you guys were necessarily hoping for, but still, what a cool experience to be able to get into postseason and to experience that and so forth. Tell us a little bit about the trip and kind of your reflections, not just on yesterday, but the men's tennis season altogether. Jamarcus, we'll start with you. Sort of the elder statesman of the group.
It's really been a fun season. I've had a lot of good memories this year, and it'll definitely be one that I will miss in the fall and in the spring. But just all the good matches we've had, all the wins, all the losses, the Hilton Head trip, which was amazing, and then yesterday we took the trip to Fayetteville to play Methodist,
which isn't
really,
like around the corner. This is a pretty long distance from the mountains here.
We got back from Southern Virginia, and the next day we were heading towards Fayetteville. But it was a really fun trip. I really like going on these trips with the guys' team. I like going with the girls too, but just the guys, we have a chance to really bond and really be friends like we know we are, and it's been really fun. And that away trip yesterday was probably one of the best away trips that I've had. Just through everything, and our dinner we had at Olive Garden is going to be really a good memory that I won't forget. But
nice. This
season has definitely been a memorable season, but not the way we want it to end. But hey, it happens, and I know the guys will do really good next year.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Jamarcus, on not just the season, but your career as a student athlete here. And James, you got some more updates for us meanwhile?
Yeah, Hirsch just took the first set 5-2, and they're going to wait to take their set break after this game as Kogoi falls down 2-5. But I know, if I remember correctly, last time she stormed back. I could be wrong, but I vaguely remember her storming. Brooke is up, seems to be 5-2, as well as Sophie.
So we've seen now 3 1-0 advantages in sets. Number 5 singles, number 6 singles, number 1 singles currently. So great start for the Tornadoes here in singles play. James, tell us a little bit about from your perspective. The going all the way into the conference tournament. All sorts of a journey this year, without a doubt, but all sorts of great highlights as well. You guys had some big moments throughout the season also, and like Jamarcus said, some fun stuff away from the court too. But as you reflect back, tell us a little from your perspective.
Man, there's so many good things I can say, and I know I'm just gonna remember this year for sure. I'm gonna miss playing doubles with Jamarcus. One of the greatest teammates I'll ever have. It's gonna be sad to see him go, but looking forward to next year. We are a lot closer than we think we are, especially if we can keep playing like we have this last week. We're there. We just got to put in the work. We got to want it is the thing, and I know all of these guys on the team, 1 through 7, they want it. So I'm excited to see what we can do next year. But yeah, this year is definitely something to reflect on. I'm gonna miss it a lot.
Yeah, very cool. Some great insight there from James Sursich. And hey, you mentioned you guys as a doubles team, and let's reflect a little bit on that. I saw one. I can't even recall where it was, but it was just like the Piedmont match where I was over there watching the end of this thing, and it was like you guys were breathing fire, the two of you, but also in sync the whole time. You guys know each other so well as teammates that, you kind of, almost, it feels like you can almost read each other's minds at times and that kind of thing. James, let's start with you. That you two in what made it so unique as far as what you guys were able to do on the doubles court.
Oh, man. I think it's just how quickly me and Jamarcus bonded. I know last year we weren't as close. Obviously, still good friends, but I think living in the same dorm as him allowed me to spend a lot more time with him. And as we got to spend more time with each other, we realized how much we are alike. And so many inside jokes, just so many funny moments, just made us mesh together like a well-oiled machine. And I think that really showed in doubles. It's a shame. I mean, it obviously everything happens for a reason. It's a shame that we couldn't finish the season out together. I really wanted to play with him on senior day, but I know Brian can step in and do the job just as well as I can. So, there's I always tell him this. There's too much things for me to say to describe how much Jamarcus means to me. So.
Jamarcus, would you like to return the favor?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, yeah, James has been a really good friend since he first got here. Not many people know this, but I would like to consider myself a big piece.
Absolutely.
The reason why James is here today. I'm just gonna put that out there, but
because you transferred in, correct, James?
Yeah, and Jamarcus was the first person to reach out to me on the team. Told me everything about the program, all 12 courts, the own tennis building, which I never had, which I thought was really cool. And it's funny, the other player that reached out to me was Miles on the soccer team.
Miles Schaefer.
Yes. But yeah, no, Jamarcus is one of the main reasons why I'm here.
Yeah, so. I knew since the first day that James came and had a visit, and I played with him, and then after that he was just telling me like things I could do to help out my game, and then throughout the season he kept up and kept texting, asking how I was playing and everything like that, and like I knew someone that supports me like that from a distance will be really great when they finally get here, and I'm glad things worked out the way they did when he got here, and I consider James one of my closest friends and just one of my favorite people. Top 5 favorite people of all time right now. So.
Wow.
Crazy. Over Luka?
James has been really great for me, and I'm really happy that he's a big part of my life right now.
Very cool. Well, certainly that friendship, we could see it every time you guys matched up on the doubles court as well. So congrats on that run, you two as doubles partners also. James, are we noticing any more developments here across the McCoy Tennis Complex and singles play here on the women's side?
Yeah, Sophie did take the first set. I think she's up 1-0 in the second set. Hamrick is up 3-0 in the second set. That is huge. And Savannah is on changeover. She is up 2-1 in the second set, so that's really good. She's just got to hold serve and wait for a break that will eventually happen.
So it seems Tornado's in the lead in each of these.
Yeah, which is
right?
Yes,
this
absolutely.
Is big.
It is huge, but they got to remember keep their foot on the gas. Wow. Okay. Allie had a huge point there. But it doesn't matter what the score is. The match is never over until you shake hands. And I learned that the hard way, especially this week. But, that's a part of tennis. So you just got to keep your foot on the gas. Can't get too comfortable.
Yeah, don't take anything for granted.
Absolutely.
Until you get that W. That makes a lot of sense. Well, Jamarcus, let's tell folks a little bit more about yourself now that you're heading towards graduation. Next big event for you, I guess, is actually graduation. You'll be walking across the stage here at Brevard College. Oh, my. I remember you as a freshman helping us out in the sports information department. Jamarcus would help us set up Tornado Talk back in the old days when it was held at Dugan's Pub. So Jamarcus would be part of our crew behind the scenes, and every Monday night we'd head on over there to Dugan's Pub across the street and set up for Tornado Talk, and he'd be helping with the guests and the equipment and so forth. And it's a joy to be here now as you're heading towards graduation. But Jamarcus, first tell us what's next. You're gonna walk, and then where?
Well, like you said, I'm gonna walk for graduation in a few weeks, May 6th. If you can make it, I suggest you be there or watch it online.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get to see me walk across the stage and have a short little speaking part of graduation as well.
Oh, it's breaking news here.
Yeah, breaking news. Woe's bomb. But yeah, it's graduation in a few weeks, and then in August I'll be heading to Richmond, Virginia, and getting my master's at Virginia Commonwealth University. So I'm really excited to be able to go there to get my master's in sports leadership. And also while I'm there, I'll be a graduate assistant in their athletics business office, which is something it really brought me to want to go to VCU. They reached out to me, and then I really wanted to go ahead and get my foot in the door in the athletics world. So I'm looking forward to that, and just looking forward to my next big chapter. Hopefully I can go to VCU and be Mr. VCU, but I know it's going to be a big challenge with that being a much larger school than Brevard, but I'm ready for the challenge, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. You gotta love that attitude heading up into graduate school. It's great that you're pursuing a career in sports. Obviously, something near and dear to my heart. But you've had some great experiences in your 4 years here at Brevard College to prepare you for this next step. Tell our audience a little bit about some of the things you experienced here to kind of start building that resume.
It's really been a lot. It's been a lot of things. I just remember my probably one of the first few weeks my freshman year, I was trying to find a work study, and I was just saying, oh, you can work in the library, work in the CAF, or IT department. I was like, no, I don't want to do any of this. And I saw athletics. I was like, I can get paid to work games and watch games.
Next thing you know, you're working on Tornado Talk.
Yeah, it's just working with Tornado Talk, and then doing the stats for the basketball games, setting up for football games, and then eventually me being able to take advantage of the opportunities that the NCAA has through the NCAA convention, and then some of the career in sports forum that I've been to, and then SAC has also been a huge part my life here at Brevard. It's given me many opportunities, and I've met so many connections that I can reach out to, and I know that will always have my back. And it's just been a really great experience. I couldn't have asked for a better experience here at Brevard.
Outstanding. Well, congrats again, Jamarcus, and James Sursich with us as well. Tell us a little bit about your studies, your ambitions. Next year coming back here to Brevard College, to get it done here on the tennis court. But tell us a little bit about off the court, the things you've been working on.
So I am working on a business and organizational leadership major here. When I transferred, some of my credits didn't necessarily go towards my business major, so that's why I am listed as a senior. But right now, just worried on getting my major. I'm not really sure where it'll take me because it's such a broad major, but I hope to do something with sports on the side. And maybe if it goes really well, maybe that'll be my main job. But I know that I love sports too much to stray away from it. As Allie is down 5-6 on a changeover, fighting for a tiebreaker. As Hannah goes up 2-1 in the second set. But I'm not really sure. Maybe sales or something like that. Like I said, it's such a broad thing, and I'm just gonna let the wind take me, I guess.
And how about this summer? Any plans there? You sticking around here in the mountains, or?
I might. I haven't decided. I know there's a couple camps that I could work, but I would like to stay somewhat close to home. I'm far from home, from Culpeper, Virginia, which is actually about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from VCU, which is where Jamarcus will be. But I don't get to see my family a lot, so I definitely think I'll spend the summer at home. Just because some of the breaks we have are just too short to justify driving 7 hours. So I think the summer will be spent with family a lot. So
very cool. Well, best of luck and enjoy the summer as well, James. Meanwhile, Kogoy and Hudson continuing to go at it here. What are you noticing?
I think Allie just has to hold serve, play consistent. You're down. You don't want to go for anything too big. I think she's just got to play her serve, protect the serve.
Meanwhile, coach of Pfeiffer having a little bit of a huddle here with Rakita, the #1 singles player. What are the kind of things a coach might be telling a player, in a juncture like this? She's down a set to Hirsch, and it's kind of one of those times I wish I did have the Melody Ferguson mic'd up so I could tell what was going on in that conversation. But just kind of being around college tennis all these years, what could be sort of the conversation taking place there?
I mean, I think the biggest thing that a coach could tell their player when they're down is just keep your head up. You never know what's going to happen. Tennis is the most stressful sport ever. It changes instantly. The most minor thing could change the course of a match, and he's just telling his team to just keep their head, really, just stay in it.
Definitely. You're not out of it yet. You haven't shaken hands. That's a huge thing that players need to hear. Unfortunately, Allie has dropped the first set, but she's hoping to get a big break here to go up 1-0 in the second set.
Meanwhile, that was a big first serve to start this game. After that conversation with the Pfeiffer coach for Rakita, you could really see that power from her. Mm-hmm. She can bring it at times.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard as just a player to break serves. If you're playing someone who has an amazing serve like Hirsch does, I mean it's hard. There's players at the pro level that will not try nearly as hard when they're receiving because there's no point. They're having
it's almost like you just wave the white flag, concede, hey, I'm not gonna
win
this point.
Yeah, you wait until it's a 4-3, and then you try to play for a break, because that's just wasting energy. You try to break a serve that's incredibly hard to break. So, I mean, it is a tactic. It's not one that a lot of people use, but I had a buddy at my old school that uses it. But, I mean, especially in doubles too, I always tell Ethan whenever our opponents hold is like that's what they're supposed to do. You just control the flow of the point with your serve.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So once again, you're watching on this near court, Hannah Hirsch and Megan Rakita, number 1 singles. Ali Kogoy now down a set to Hudson in number 2 singles. Number 3 singles, Brooke Garland versus Isley. Able to get any updates from that court, fellas?
It looks like Brooke is down 1-2, but I can't tell because their coach is standing right in my line of sight. But I know Sophie is up 1-0 in the second set.
There we go. Sophie Trantham in number 4 singles, up 1-0 in the second set, already up a set over Allison Sloop. And then on the back courts, we have Perry and Moore in number 5 singles. What are we seeing there in number 5 singles?
Hamrick is up 4-1, and Savannah is up 3-2. Looks like Hamrick has all the momentum as she's serving 30 love right now. Hopefully she can continue that for the last 2 games. Secure a win for the Tornadoes. I think that'd be huge.
Very good. Once again, we're in singles play. All of the singles matches currently underway, and the Pfeiffer Falcons with a 2-1 advantage after doubles play, winning in number 1 and number 2 doubles. Tornadoes win Hamrick, Perry, and Savannah Anderson 8-4 over Moore in Gagan.
Phil, I think we forgot one more girl from the girls team that deserves a lot of credit.
Oh, absolutely.
Marina back there, who doesn't get a lot of playing time, but she's really huge for this girls team. They call her the warden, really, and just
she is like the mom of the team.
Marina Thompson, so she's a freshman, but she already has all this like clout and cred, as a freshman. Tell us more.
Yeah, she has a really great personality and a really interesting demeanor, but her spirit when she first came in, I mean, just like Melody last year, she had probably never picked up a racket, and she's really working this year to get better, and then she just wants to have fun. She wants to be part of the team. I remember at one part in the season, I know she was sick, and it was really hurting her to be away from the team, but we're glad to have her. She's a really big piece for the girls and the guys team. It's like I compared Savannah. If I could compare Marina to someone, I'd say like a Udonis Haslem. Like everyone needs that strong presence on their team, and that's what Marina gives for this girls team. So we didn't want to leave her out.
Wow. So if you can't tell, Jamarcus is a big NBA fan.
Oh, yeah.
So we're seeing like every analogy, gets back to the NBA somehow. But Udonis Haslem, now you're speaking my language, Miami Heat. But awesome stuff there. And you need people like that, the locker room presence.
Oh, yeah.
Someone like a Marina Thompson.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to go down the women's roster giving analogies for NBA players, but I think that'd be a little off topic. But I think I wouldn't say Udonis. I'd say like a Harrison Barnes. But no, she's an amazing player, amazing person. It's always fun to have her around. Whenever I lose a tough match, and I tell her to score, she's like, "Oh, I'm sure you played great." And I might have played the worst match of my life, but she thinks I played great, so it makes me feel good. So.
There you go. Very good. Yeah, that sort of uplifting spirit. Congratulations to Marina Thompson, part of this whole scenario as well as a member of our college women's tennis team, who for the second straight season is hosting a USA South Conference first-round matchup, and in a battle here against Pfeiffer, 4 versus 5 seed action here at the McCoy Tennis Complex. Any other updates, James, that you see throughout the facility here since we caught our audience up last time around?
So Hamrick is now up 5-2. still waiting on a changeover from Anderson, which I think we're about to get. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're about to get, as Kogoi is up 1-0 in the second set, which is big, which means she broke because she's serving right now. So that early break can be a huge factor. If she can just hold what she is, up 45 or 40-15 on her service game. So if she can go up 2-0, it'll give her a lot of momentum in the set.
It looks like Hirsch just won the fourth game of her second set here, correct?
Yeah. Anderson is now up 5-2 in the second set. And she's looking to serve it out for the match. Brooke is down 2-3, I think, in the second set. But I know she's battling. I know those games have to be close. Hoping that... Oh, and Hirsch is serving for the match as well. Hoping that Anderson and Hirsch can deliver 4 strong serves and get them the match. Put them up 3-2. It's looking good. Like I said before, we just have to keep our foot on the pedal.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Closing out in any sport, it's harder than people realize.
Mm-hmm.
You get that lead, but you got to get it done. We saw the Milwaukee Bucks have some trouble with that last night. In fact,
yeah.
And the Mavs late in the season there.
Yeah, I mean these girls, hopefully they can keep it up. They've been doing really good this season. Hopefully they don't end up like the Boston Celtics last year. They lost in the finals. But.
All right, we've officially set a record for the most mentions of NBA elements in a college tennis broadcast.
James just had to bring up the Mavericks, so I had to throw something in there. But yeah, I'm really proud of these girls this year. They've really past years. I will say this: we've had not better players, but maybe slightly better players and more experience and we had a lot of more older people when I first came in. But this team is a really special team. 1 through 7, 8, they're really good top to bottom.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make some noise in this USA South conference from now on. This won't be a one year thing. They're gonna keep building on it every year. Coach is gonna bring in some amazing recruits, and as we see, Hamrick Perry just secured a W, which is huge.
Outstanding. So, hey, let's mark it down. Perry with the win in number 5 singles. So we are now tied up 2-2.
Yeah,
Hamrick, the first singles match is in the books.
Hamrick wanted to get it done. Yeah, Hamrick wanted to get it done.
Quick work, Hamrick Perry.
Great. I'm sure this is the last home match for the Tornadoes. Pretty sure. Yeah, great home ending for
finale
Hamrick
for
Perry,
Hamrick
but
Perry,
her season's not done yet.
Senior from Henderson, North Carolina. Maybe we can catch her for a moment here. We can see if we can effort her onto the broadcast. And happy to be joined now by Hamrick Perry, and also here with James Sursich. And Hamrick, a big 6-1, 6-2 victory, really nicely done.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about this singles match. The 6-1, 6-2 victory, that was able to tie up this match in terms of the team score 2-2 after Pfeiffer took a 2-1 lead at the end of doubles play. 6-1, 6-2, you can't ask for much more than that. Tell us how you felt in singles play.
I was a little nervous at first playing, but getting back into it felt really good. The first set was kind of struggling a little bit second set too, but then I was like at the end I began to like rely. I was starting to get a little stressed out towards like the beginning, and then towards the second set I felt a little much better.
Outstanding, and also were able to get that win in doubles play along with your partner Savannah Anderson, 8-4 over Moore in Gagan. Tell us about the doubles matchup, how you guys felt as a team, and of course getting the W.
You know, me and Savannah are really good together because like we're both super like fast and like have that quickness, and so I think like us paired together are a really good setup.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. James was watching your match throughout your singles competition here, James, and I know you have some thoughts as far as what Hamrick brings to the table, but you got it done here, and you have anything to ask Hamrick as far as how that match went for her?
No, I mean, I just know that you made your opponent hit a lot of errors. I was saying how you're just a backboard. You just make your opponent do everything wrong. You kind of play a neutral game. You make them move. I think that's one of your strong points. So, good match, Hamrick.
Thank you.
And Hamrick, you met up against Emily Moore, who you saw during doubles play as well. Does that help to have your singles opponent someone that you had seen during doubles, and you might learn a few tendencies and that kind of thing?
Yes, because basically whenever you're playing them doubles, like you know what like they're like gonna have a hard time hitting singles, and so then like their weakness or like their strengths, and then you gotta like cut off like those errors of like show them like your strength, like your strengths, and then your strengths are gonna be like going a lot better. So it was definitely like it helped a little bit.
James, any more updates from around the McCoy Tennis Complex for our audience?
Looks like Savannah won. I'm not exactly sure where her second set was. And Hannah is up 5-2, serving for match as well. Kogoi did go down 1-2, but she's still in it. She's serving. Looks like Sophie is up maybe 4-1 in the second set, which is huge. Give us a 3-2, hopefully. Brooke is battling in the second set. I think it is maybe 5-2 for her opponent, but Brooke is still up a set, so they would play a full third set because the match is not decided, which can play a factor. If you're not well conditioned, you'll run out of gas. And I know Brooke is very well conditioned. She does so many marathons, 4Ks, you name it. She's one of the most conditioned people I know. So I know she'll have enough gas in the third set.
So, Hamrick, tell us a little more now that you're done with your singles match, and we won't keep you too long so you can cheer on your teammates. But, what are sort of the things you're really focused on now as far as like, okay, here's what we need to do as a team to take this win and move on in the conference tournament?
I think we just need to be like a team. Like we all need to cheer on each other and make sure we have that confidence in us. Like we don't need we can't get down on ourselves. Like we're all gonna like cheer on each other. So that really helps us as a team. So
Hirsch just had a huge flat serve down the tee. Our opponent hit it in the fence. That was one of the biggest serves I've ever seen from Hirsch for match.
That match point,
yeah.
What a way to finish. Hannah Hirsch, and that's another win for the Tornadoes, inching that much closer, now up 4-2. So we've got the doubles win, and then wins by Perry, Anderson, and Hirsch.
Yeah.
So one win away from moving on. And as you scout what's currently still going down, which is the closest situation there that could be the clincher?
I think Sophie. I think Sophie could finish this in the next few minutes. I'm not exactly sure what the game score is because of, we're waiting for a changeover, but it looks like Sophie has all the momentum going into the second set. And the match is decided after you get 5 points. So we'll see how this plays out. But, like I said, the match is never over until you shake hands. So we can only hope that, she keeps her foot on the pedal and finishes it out.
That's exactly right. Well, Hamrick Perry, a big doubles win with your partner Savannah Anderson, 8-4 in number 3 doubles, and then you got it done in number 5 singles, really sort of propelling the Tornadoes to the position that they're in now, currently ahead 4-2, 1 win away from clinching a advanced placement here into the semifinals of the USA South Conference Championship Tournament. Hamrick, a senior, we got to catch up with you on Senior Day as well. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on graduation, and congrats on this great showing today. And we'll let you go so you can enjoy your teammates. But thanks for joining us today.
Thank
Hamrick.
you. Thank you.
Outstanding. Hamrick Perry joining us here at the McCoy Tennis Complex. And as we mentioned, we are inching closer and closer to perhaps the Tornadoes finishing this off. James Sursich, are you seeing some more developments as we're getting closer to pay dirt here?
Not yet, but I know we have some special guests waiting for you, so I'm sure Jamarcus will take this away. Thank you, Phil.
So heading now as we thank James Sursich for his time on air with us, and we're going to be joined now by Savannah Anderson in just a matter of moments. And also Jamarcus Walker back here in the house as well.
Hello, everybody.
And joined now by Savannah Anderson.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Savannah. And Jamarcus is back here with us as well. Well, Savannah gets it done, winning number 6 singles. She also won with her teammate Hamrick Perry, who we just had on the show, in number 3 doubles. Savannah, first, as far as how you felt today, both doubles and singles, and getting these 2 wins.
I feel like we played really well, and we played the best that we could, and that's why we ended up coming out on top. Hamrick and I played our game, and then we went into singles, and we both played our game again, and it just happened that we did better today. So very happy with ourselves.
And then, the team collectively, you guys are one more win away, one more singles win away from clinching the team victory, moving on in the USA South Conference Tournament. I see this huge smile on your face while I say these things, but, what do you tell me the vibe of the team right now with this big matchup today?
Pretty much, we came into this match knowing that it was going to be a difficult one. None of us were 100% sure that we were going to take it or if we were going to lose, but we knew it would be a really good match either way. So the fact that we're this close getting to the next round is just really exciting for us because this is really big for us, especially for me. It's like my freshman year, and I've never experienced something like this intense and this exciting. So I think if we make it to the next round, it's going to be a really great experience for us.
Outstanding. Well, Jamarcus specifically requested that, hey, I want to be on the air when we get to interview Savannah Anderson. So I'm going to leave this next question to Jamarcus.
Oh, no.
Savannah, I just want to know, I mentioned it earlier when we were talking about you. I said your game is kind of a scrappy game, and I compared you to like a Draymond Green, like a Patrick Beverly type. But how would you describe your
By the way,
your
he's been
game?
using NBA
analogies.
That's how he is, of course.
Huge NBA guy. But Savannah, how would you describe your game for the fans out there?
Well, Jamarcus, I would like to think that I do my best to try and be scrappy, like you said. I mean, it's how I played basketball, so it's how I translate my game into tennis. I like being able to go at the net or hit big shots, but I also try not to do it too often so I don't make unforced errors and just go too big when I don't need to. So I try and read the court well and attack when I know I can attack and potentially get the point off of it.
Oh, that's good. I definitely think that describes your game really well. And just give us what are your thoughts right now? I know you've been going through some injuries. What are your thoughts right now after getting that win?
Well, the last time we played Pfeiffer, I actually lost to the girl I played today in a tiebreaker. And so I pretty much came in today knowing that, for me personally, my goal was to win today. I wanted to beat the girl who had previously showed me that she played better than me. And honestly, I think that's what I did. I have struggled with injuries this season, but I just go out there, I let the adrenaline do its thing, and I ice and heat and massage and do whatever else I need to do later. I just let the game take me where the game takes me, and I play my heart out until I can't.
So we're keeping an eye on a couple of final singles matches here. The one still going on, number 2 singles, Ali Kogoy versus Aleth Hudson of Pfeiffer, Brooke Garland versus Riley Isley over in number 3 singles, and in number 4 singles, Trantham and Sloop going at it. Tornadoes, if they can win one of those, will clinch the team victory. Hey, 3 more matches to go here. Kogoi, Garland, and Trantham all going at it. Tell us about those 3 as teammates as yours, and perhaps some things that that our audience might not know about them. Let's start with Allie.
All right, so Allie, or Alley Cat as we like to call her, is what I heard actually Brooke call her for the first time, our freight train of a friend and teammate. She is always just super energetic and excited, and she just has so much love for the team, for Brevard, and for tennis, and it really shows in her game. She yells when she hits good shots, she's upset when she doesn't, and I think that that's a really noble character about Allie.
And Brooke Garland, the senior, still battling as well. Allie Kogoi, a senior as well, of course. Tell us about Brooke.
Okay, when I first met Brooke, I was so intimidated by her, and I could not explain to you why, because she is genuinely one of the sweetest people I think I have ever met in my life. She is always encouraging, always smiling. Even if she's having a rough day, she tries and makes yours better. And I just think that Brooke is a really key character in our team, and I truthfully I love all of the girls just so much, and Brooke is a prime example of that.
Very good. And that number 4 singles matchup still happening now. Sophie Trantham.
Sophie and I are not as close as a lot of the girls on the team, but I really appreciate everything that she does for the team and for even just me. Like, I know that she works really hard to perfect the shots that she takes. She hits a lot of cross-court angled shots, and those are something that I've tried to learn after her, and she's super helpful when it comes to tennis specifically. I just know that playing against her improves my game as well, and that's what I really like about Sophie, her ability to beat you but not belittle you and actually help raise you up to be a better player.
Very cool. Well, Savannah, we'll let you go in just a moment here so you can hang with your teammates as we're getting closer and closer to a potential tornado clinching of this match, but not there yet. So everything matters at this point. But before we let you go, Savannah, your freshman year, tell us a little bit about this Brevard College women's tennis experience. Can you sum it up, and what really comes to mind when you reflect back on this first year of playing college tennis here at Brevard?
Absolutely. Well, I was extremely nervous for this season. I came in pretty much shaking with my tail in between my legs. I was so nervous. I didn't know how we were going to feel. And then as we started growing together as a team, and I started feeling more included in the team, not that they didn't include me, I just excluded myself, but now that we're more of a family, I just feel like that's really what keeps us going. When we have bad days, we don't let each other stay down, especially not at the courts. We always lift each other up, and honestly, I think that's why we've had such a good season together. That's why we've had such a high success rate. That's why our doubles pairings work out so well, because my doubles partner Hamrick, I've never spoken to her a day in my life. The first time she played doubles with me, she was probably oh great, I got the freshman, but we just learned how to play together, and I think that's what this team does really well. We all work together. Even though tennis is an individual sport, it's not an individual sport. So.
Well, and that's been on display today. Congrats again, you and Hamrick, with that 8-4 win in number 3 doubles. Then you got it done in singles as well. Savannah Anderson, we're getting closer to a potential, crescendo here, so we're going to let you go. But thanks for joining the broadcast, Savannah. Congrats again, and great to have you here at Brevard College.
Of course. Thank you so much.
So bringing you action from one of the far courts at the moment. And joined once again, James Sursich and Jamarcus Walker. Fellas, we're cramming in these player interviews at the same time, but there's more action on the courts. Are we able to get any final results here?
It looks like Sophie just won, which would give us 5 points.
Which would clinch it.
Yep.
So the Tornadoes.
Call that a NATO dub right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge from the ladies team. Going down 1-2 in doubles, that's not easy to do, and they pulled it out.
If I recall last year, it was a Sophie Trantham singles win that clinched it as well, if I remember right, because I remember we did like a quick post-match interview, and the adrenaline was pumping, kind of thing. But awesome stuff. Hey, trailing 2-1 at the end of doubles and then reeling off 4 consecutive singles matches to take this team win. That's a big bounce back.
That's hard to do. Guys have done it a couple times. One that sticks with me is the Huntington match. That was a very fun match last year. But no, I'm very proud of these girls. They worked their butt off, and it definitely shows. 1-2, winning 4 consecutive is massive.
Yeah, and Jamarcus, we've talked about it before. The men's and women's team, you guys are one big unit in so many ways. This has got to feel good from you all's perspective too. That hey, the women's team's going to advance here in the USA South Conference tournament, and it's got to be gratifying. Not just watching from afar, but you guys are part of this too. You guys warm up together, you practice together all the time. This is a big win for Brevard College as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I feel I don't want to take as much credit as some, but I could throw in a little small percentage of credit in there. Rallying balls to these girls. Giving them harder balls that they probably wouldn't see from another female. That's just how it is. But the good thing that we all practice together and we like to encourage each other, and a lot of the guys have been huge supporters of the girls team, and it's just been really amazing to watch them do well this year, and they're going to keep it rolling.
We're going to see if we can effort Sophie Trantum as well. So stick with us here from the McCoy Tennis Complex. All right, joined now by Sophie Trantum. Congratulations, Sophie.
Thank you.
Able to get the match-clinching win, the team score, and 6-3, 6-3 in number 4 singles. First, the match itself, Sophie, how'd you feel out there? And obviously you got it done, but tell us what the key to the victory was.
Just had to stay confident, be consistent with my shots, hit it deep, get my first serve in. That was pretty much it. Just keep being consistent, and I think that worked out for me.
And did you have an idea that that the match could have been clinched if you were to indeed finish off that win for yourself?
Yeah, I saw that Hamrick and Savannah won, and then we won one of the doubles, and then Hannah won, and then I knew that if I won, then we would clinch it. So
Yeah, outstanding. Well, congrats on that. I feel like we did the same sort of interview last year.
Yeah.
We were able to
Yeah.
clinch the win, and for the second year in a row, really exciting stuff. James, I know you were keeping an eye on Sophie's match throughout today. Anything to add, and anything you might be curious as far as Sophie's experience out there?
No, I mean, and just keep your foot on the pedal. Keep hitting the power shots that I know you can hit when you set your feet. I'm excited to see what you can do later in the week. Proud of you.
Thanks.
And Sophie, I'd love just a little bit more as far as this whole team win goes. Tell us about the team's mentality heading into today. You guys knew one team advances, whoever wins this match. The others, their season's over.
Yeah.
And you guys got it done as a team.
Yeah. Just basically going into it, we were like, have fun, no stress, don't stress yourself out. I mean, we've gotten this far. There's nothing to lose. We beat them before, so just stay confident in yourself and have fun.
Outstanding. And what made it even more impressive was trailing 2-1 after doubles play, and then you all reel off 4 straight singles matches to take this win, just storming back into control. What was Coach Jones's message to the team and you all's mentality after doubles play, heading into singles play, knowing you guys needed every win you can come up with?
He just said, stay confident, be confident in yourself, because if you're not confident in yourself, you're not going to have a chance. Be consistent, hit the ball deep, and he just said have fun, because that's what it's about.
Outstanding. Well, Sophie, we'll let you enjoy with your teammates, but once again, congratulations, 6-3, 6-3 in singles, the clinching match, to propel the Tornadoes forward to the semifinals. Congratulations.
Thank
really
you.
well done.
Thank you.
Good job, Soph.
Thanks.
So some final thoughts here from the McCoy Tennis Complex as the Tornadoes take the team victory 5-2. Once again, they were trailing 2-1 at the end of doubles play, reel off 4 straight wins. Here with James Sursich. James, some final thoughts as you kind of digest this entire, performance by the BC women's tennis team?
Just super proud of the group. Like I said earlier, it's really hard to come back from 1-2, but these girls knew that they can take them in singles, and it definitely showed their confidence, in each other, not just themselves, but the confidence in each other to, for each of them to pull out a win. I think it speaks volumes to how good of a program this team is and how good they can be. It's scary to think that it's almost off season and they're gonna get better next year. Just super proud of the girls. Excited to see them play. I believe they play Friday, right?
Yeah, so do want to give the audience some details on that. The semifinals on Friday. Everything's at NC Wesleyan, the host and number 1 seed from this point forward, and the Tornadoes will take on NC Wesleyan, the number 1 seed, on Friday. That's a 2 p.m. start. So stay tuned to BC Tornadoes social media and bctornadoes.com. We'll be bringing you all those updates as that unfolds. But another just big accomplishment for this program as they're breaking it down one more time here at the McCoy Tennis Complex before hitting the road. But what a great season for the Tornadoes overall. 6-3 in conference play. Just had a big run, a big winning streak at one point, and able to get this win in USA South Conference tournament play. We'll see what happens. NC Wesleyan, a big favorite, but crazier things have happened in the world of college tennis and the world of sports as they're breaking it down one last time here, and you can hear that excitement. James, it's been a lot of fun to have you on the air along with Jamarcus this afternoon. Congrats on your season as well. Can't wait to see what's in store for the Tornadoes next year, as you alluded to. A lot of promise there on the men's side also. But, hey, great job today, my friend, on
Thank you.
This broadcast, and hopefully you're able to, enjoy it a little too.
Yeah.
Bringing our audience the action for some USA South Conference action. Great job, James.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
All right, so James Sursich, appreciate his help. Jamarcus Walker, Joseph Marvin behind the scenes as well. And congratulations again to the women's tennis team. A 5-2 win over Pfeiffer, 4-0 sweep in singles play. And Tornadoes get it done and will head to the semifinals to take on NC Wesleyan on Friday. Well, thank you for joining us for this edition of Brevard College Women's Tennis. Tornadoes win, move on in the USA South Conference Tournament. Congratulations to the team and head coach Brad Jones. Go Tornadoes.